Hi guys, in this video we'll be looking at economic contribution of travel tourism. Okay, so we're going to look at the list of it. Now, these are income, employment, linkages with other economic sectors, government revenues, balancing expenditure, and tourism, land, and labor. Okay, all right. So first, we're going to look at income. What is income? Now, really, the definition of income is money received, especially on a regular basis for work, or it could be through investment as well. All right. So, now, how does this fit in with tourism? Now, the tourism industry is a major contributor to the economies of many Caribbean countries and is one of the largest earners of foreign exchange revenues. Now, through tourist spending on services such as accommodation, transportation, restaurants, and leisure activities. All right, now we're going to look at the potential economic benefits of tourism development. These also include increased income and improved standard of living from tourist expenditures. Next, new direct and indirect employment opportunities, increase community visibility, leading to other economic development opportunities, and increase tax base, as well as development of local handicrafts. Okay, all right, so moving on to employment. Now, employment, what is this? This is the state of having paid work, right? Simply put. All right. Now, based on the figures from the World Travel Tourism Council, this shows that, and this was, I believe, in 2011. This shows the figure, I think it was 614,000 people were employed directly in the Caribbean tourism sector. Now, these jobs would be in facilities used by tourists, such as hotels, restaurants, tourist attraction, right? Now, the sector also provides indirect employment and opportunities for self-employment in supporting industries such as agriculture, transportation, logistics, construction, and financial and other services industries, right? Now, when this employment is taken into account, tourism provided close to, say, about 2 million jobs in the region in, say, about 2011. I believe that was in 2011, right? All right, so that is it for employment. Next, we're going to look at linkages with other, all right, so linkages with other economic sectors. All right, so moving on. Economic sectors are large groups of the economic grouped according to their place in the production chain by their kind of work, which is product or service. All right, right. So first, economic linkages. Now, this exists when goods and services needed by the tourism industry are provided by local suppliers. Now, these include food from the agricultural sector, furniture and other fixtures and fittings from local manufacturers. As you know, we do that in the Caribbean. Okay, so, and also you could look at crafts and craft items from cottage industries in the informal sector of the economy, right? Now, economic linkages are not necessarily very strong. For example, although some local produce is used by hotels and restaurants, many tourists have, they have tastes that can only be catered for by using imported products, right? And I guess we're used to that in the Caribbean. Now, there are also issues concerning the sheer quantities and consistently high quality required that mean local producers are not always able to satisfy demand. Now, the way which tourism generates growth in primary and secondary sectors of the economy, as well as in the related service industries, is also known as a tourism multiplier effect. Okay, guys, you can go and look for what tourism multiplier effect means, or I can just give you a synopsis. Now, the multiplier effect model shows that the money spent by tourists circulates through the economy, right? Now, effectively being spent a number of times and producing an increased revenue, right? All right. Now, it also creates employment indirectly elsewhere as local business provides supplies and service for the hotels. Now, these businesses spend money on purchasing their own supplies, right? And so provide income and create employment in yet more businesses. Now, the success and prosperity of the area attracts other new businesses that create more employment opportunities. Now, all these workers use some of their income to make purchases of goods and services in the local economy and also pay a percentage in taxes. Now, these taxes are used by governments to improve the infrastructure and appearance and services in the area, right? So, that's it for linkages with other economic sectors. Then we're going to look at government revenues. Yay, what is government revenues? Now we need to look at what it really is. Government revenue is money received by a government. Now, it is an important tool of the fiscal policy of the government and is the opposite factor of government spending. All right? All right. So, government revenues increase through tourism since they are able to collect, right? And these are you mean collecting what? These are landing fees for aircrafts and berthing fees for cruise liners. No, and also taxes on purchases made by tourists apart from those that are duty free. Taxes from wages of those employed directly or indirectly by tourism industry. Business taxes on tourist amenities such as hotels and restaurants, room tax or hotel occupancy, tax import duties. So you have import duties and imported products, head tax and departure tax on each visitor, right? Now, government allocates some resources from tourists towards the protection and conservation of natural and cultural heritage resources, improving infrastructure and facilities. All right. Now, next we're going to look at balancing expenditure. All right, what is this? The balance of expenditure is the balance of spending against the amount of available funds. Okay, guys? Now, since tourism is such a significant element of the economy, for many Caribbean countries, it seems sensible to focus expenditure on improving resort areas and associated infrastructures such as water supplies and transport networks, right? Now, the argument for this could be made even stronger if the notion of the tourism multiplier effect is accepted. Now, however, government have to meet the needs of all their citizens and also the infrastructure improvements that benefits the general population, which are equally as important, right? Now, if tourism is being promoted as an engine of poverty reduction and overall development, then governments have to develop policies that ensure the maximum benefits, right? And is obtained from tourism generated revenues by the widest possible section of society. All right. All right. So that's it for balancing expenditure. Moving on to tourism, land, and labor. All right. Now, this simply means that tourism has an effect on land and labor, whether it is negative or positive. All right, moving ahead. Now, as the tourism industry expands, demand for further development grows and there is increased pressure on the land. Now, this has two major negative effects. Okay. Now, firstly, it drives up land values to a point where it becomes unaffordable for local people. Now, they may be forced to, even move out of the area that they recognize as their home and have to relocate to another area. If this happens, it creates a negative attitude towards the tourism industry. And secondly, tourist development may take land of a farmer use, such as agriculture. When agricultural land is taken out of its use, it makes it more difficult for producers to meet their demand and the demand of the tourist and domestic markets, which can mean that everyone experiences higher prices, right? Now, the tourism can also draw workers away from the agricultural labor, as you know, since it is thought to offer better paid and more consistent employment, right? Now, reduced agricultural labor force can make it harder to achieve high productivity, again, forcing prices up. Okay, guys? All right, that's it for this video. I hope it was very helpful to you. And if you like, you can just give it a thumbs up. If not, you can just put in the comment section why you didn't, and whatever it is I can, explain to you, I will. All right. And if it was helpful to you, you can share. Okay, guys? Thank you. Bye.